Hello, everyone, and welcome to our walkthrough overview of the birthday India trip 2026. Yes, Dr. Pillai is coming to India for the first time since 2020. He did attend the India trip last year, I have to say, in 2025, but it was very impromptu and not planned. This is the first time in 5 years, 6 years, where he's actually planning to be in India for a portion of the trip. So I'm going to tell you all about what you need to know to decide if this is something you'd like to join. And if you're really considering joining, kind of a bit about the details of how it all works and the trip itself. So I will also take your questions. So towards the end, I'll make a note. I'll announce that we'll take questions and then you can post them in chat and I will answer them. So let's jump right into it. All right, so traveling mystical India with Dr. Pillai. The birthday pilgrimage is a destiny-changing temple tour that is from January 30th through February 8th if you did both of these trips, and I will tell you more about that. Just right up front, if you register by September 24th, there's a 5-part payment plan, which is quite convenient. And if you register by October 15th, there's up to $300 in savings. So why this pilgrimage? Dr. Pillai determines the temples. He says that India is the most powerful space on this earth plane, still alive to change your consciousness. Even today, the siddhas and the yogis live there and come to these holy places, the ones you'll go to, daily to saturate themselves with this energy. And this is a special energy that you cannot buy with money. It is only there in India for you to participate in. So Dr. Pillai's power time this year, very interesting. His birthday is February 1st. And this year it coincides with Thai Pusam. And if you know what that is, that's the full moon in the Tamil month of Thai. And it happens to be when Swami Ramalingam ascended into light. And Dr. Pillai was Swami Ramalingam in that lifetime. So it is a very interesting energy where this convergence will happen. And Dr. Pillai will be in Rameswaram, his birthplace, on this trip. And that is one of the times you'll be able to be with him in person. He says, on my birthday, I receive an enormous amount of energy, and I want to share that with you. This is an opportunity for miracles, for your mind and body to resonate with divine consciousness. So Dr. Pillai in Rameswaram, his birthplace, on his birthday, which happens to also be Thai Pusam, the full moon of light body ascension for Swami Ramalingam. And you will be able to be there. So there are 3 trip options. I will get into those. The first is the birthday pilgrimage, and that is from January 30th through February 5th. Then there's this personalized pilgrimage from February 6th through the 8th. And if you want to do both, it's January 30th through February 8th. So the birthday pilgrimage, we will start out in Chennai. You will fly into Chennai or Madras the day before. So on January 29th. And in Chennai, we will go to several different vortexes. One is the Angali temple in Royapuram. This is a very special temple Dr. Pillai always has people go to with this very powerful Angali. Angali is the goddess, the mother goddess. She's a benevolent form of Kali, and you go there to seek her strength, her protection. There's also this rock there that holds city powers, and you can touch it. And Dr. Pillai often has us walk around the Sanctum Sanctorum several times, usually an iteration of 9, to gain more power. So that's on day 1. Then also in Chennai, another outskirts, is a temple that Dr. Pillai has built. We call it the Brizzy Temple because that's what he initially named it, and because Sri Brizzy was the first goddess to be installed there. but many deities have been installed since. The goddess Angali is there, Haramba Ganapati, Balambika, 11 the 11 court Ganeshas. A lot of what you see in Astraved, where they're performing grand rituals, is done there. And so you will attend that. We'll have a special welcoming ceremony or fire ritual, grand fire ritual, the day that on the 30th. So that's Chennai. We'll also have a little break where you can do shopping on day one, and then we'll move on to Rameswaram. Rameswaram, Dr. Pillai, obviously birthplace, and we will arrive there to participate in his birthday celebration. So first in the morning, we'll go to the 22 wells, which is a karma cleansing place to relieve yourself of many different forms of karma. We're also, something new this year, going to Dhanushkoti, and Dr. Pillai recently revealed this as a place he wanted people to come, as it is a deeply cleansing and karma removal location, is where Rama went after he killed Ravana, the demon king. And before he can go back really to mainland India, he had to cleanse his karma for this killing, and he went to this location. So we will be going to that location. Nambunayaki Temple is where Dr. Pillai's mother was miraculously healed by goddess Nambunayaki, who's a healing goddess, and we'll be attending there. And then the final and kind of pinnacle of the Rameswaram journey is Dr. Pillai's family temple. He will be holding we will be holding a grand ceremony for his birthday. And that is where he will be in attendance. There'll be a fire ceremony. There'll be an abhishekam to the goddess there, goddess Rakakshi, who is the wish-fulfilling goddess. And there's also a Karpasamy there. It's a small temple, but it's so beautiful, and the villagers come out. It's really quite the experience. And on February 1st, Dr. Pillai will also be providing a in-person seminar to those on the trip. So we'll be experiencing that in person as well. So what did I leave out? Okay, that was Chennai. Next, we'll move on to Kumbakonam. Kumbakonam is the temple capital of India. And there we'll see multiple different temples throughout the 2 days we'll be there. And Dr. Pillai will guide us on which ones to attend. He will most likely not be on that portion of the trip. So you will see him in Rameswaram for the full day that we'll be there. So you'll see him at the family temple as well as the seminar. And then we'll move on to Kumbakonam. We'll spend 2 days at this beautiful heritage resort, which is a power spot in and of itself, and be going to various temples there. Next, we'll move on to Tiruvannamalai. Tiruvannamalai is the place of the most magical mountain, Arunachala, where Shiva in the form of fire lives in this mountain. There's also the temple where it's the Agni Lingam, the fire lingam. So Shiva in the form of fire. We'll go to that temple. We'll also go to the various temples around the mountain. Dr. Pillai has gone there himself to many of those temples. So we will go to each of them. There's, I believe, 8 different lingams, and they correspond with the various different energies. So some of them are associated with planets. There's also the Kubera Lingam for prosperity. So we'll go to those. They're very small temples. We will also do Girivalam, which is the walking around the mountain, which is very powerful. It takes about 4 hours or so. You do not have to do it. We will also drive around for those of you who are not able to make that journey physically. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Dr. Pillai drives around it as well. So no shame there. But for those of you who want to walk, we will do that. We'll also go to Sri Raman Maharishi's ashram, and possibly also Padre Milay Swamigal's ashram. Dr. Pillai has talked about him. And Sadhguru Venkatarama Siddhar Babaji has also talked about this Siddha, who was alive very recently, meaning in this last 30 years. So we'll do as much as we possibly can in the day and a half that we'll be in Arunachala. So that's a bit about the birthday pilgrimage. It's going to be 7 days, and you'll participate in all of those temples that I just mentioned. You will also receive a 5-symbol yantra. That is the Bhaskaraya yantra for karma cleansing. It's Dr. Pillai's yantra in a sense, and you'll be able to take that to all of the temples that we go to and have it energized. The temple priests are often very nice. You can put it on the plate. It goes into the sanctum sanctorum. Rituals are performed, so it's energized in every location, and you get to take that home with you. So trip number 2 is very different from trip number 1. So trip number 1, we're going to those various locations. We're going to all those different power spots and temples there. Trip number 2, we're staying in one place, just in Kumbakonam, which again, the temple capital. Dr. Pillai will be on this trip. This is a 3-day pilgrimage that is personalized to you. So you will have a one-on-one consultation with Dr. Pillai in person. He will provide some customized remedies and or mantra or meditations. We're not sure, whatever he sees appropriate for you. So he'll be able to give you that kind of prescription for what's going on right now in your life. There will also be readers or channelers, people who can channel divine beings to give you communication with the divine. And those will be selected by Dr. Pillai. And then you'll spend a good portion of your time performing or participating in personalized rituals for you. You'll have your own Vedic priests, so there may be individual fire labs, there may be temples that you need to go to. Whatever that is, we will arrange it for you in this 3-day period. So if you go on this trip, this portion only, you'll arrive February 6th and depart February 9th, so that you have 3 full days in this immersive experience. Dr. Pillai will select an object for this group to energize and have with you. There will also be a group Ashtalakshmi, the 8 Lakshmi's grand fire ritual. This type of ritual is often performed just for royalty or business people, but we'll have this arranged for the folks on this particular level of the trip. Now, this is by application only. Reason being, there's a one-on-one consultation with Dr. Pillai, which he only does by application. You will see him around the resort. He will spend at least a portion of every day guiding you in some way, and not one-on-one, but as a group. So he may say, meet me at the Shiva statue at X time, where he'll give some sort of empowerment or dissertation or talk. So there isn't something formal, let's say, scheduled for every day, but we are confident that Dr. Pillai will be seeing you at the resort every day during these 3 days. So that's the personalized pilgrimage. Now, trip 3 is both of them. If you feel called to spend 10 days in India and experience both these pilgrimages, then you can do this. This one also requires the application only because it's personalized, is included. The birthday trip number 1 does not require any application, and you're invited to register at any time. We do want you to just be mindful if you're applying for either trip 2 or 3, we'll do that as soon as possible so that we can get back to you, and so that you can then make your travel arrangements. So the more in advance you make your travel arrangements, the better the pricing will be. So let's talk about what's included. I get these questions a lot. We design these experiences so that you can focus on your spiritual journey and not on the material or physical aspects of what it means to travel through India and have to take care of yourself. That means we handle all of the hotel accommodations. we handle your 3 meals per day plus unlimited bottled water, transportation, bus, or internal flights within India, all the temple and ritual fees. We also provide the tips. So, tips to bring your bag to your room, tips at restaurants, all tips to the bus drivers, all of that is included. What's not included is if you want to drink anything other than water. So your tea, your coffee, your sodas, juices, all of that, because that's really personalized to what people are consuming. So you would pay separately for that. If you order something in your room that is not part of the group meals, that is also something you would pay for. Also, very important, what's not included is your transportation to and from India from your hometown. So you need to fly yourself into Madras MAA airport, and we will handle it from there. We will pick you up. We'll bring you to the hotel. There is a whole itinerary that will be followed. Of course, Dr. Pillai may change any of that, but that itinerary includes when meals are, where meals are. There is a WhatsApp group that we have, and we post all real time every single day. Okay, just a reminder, meals is at this time in this location, or if anything changes, this WhatsApp group is leaned on. It's very useful. So we do encourage you to have WhatsApp, at least for this experience, if you do join us in India. Meet your temple guide, that's me. So I have had the honor of traveling to India since 2000. In fact, I actually went one time before meeting Dr. Pillai, but with Dr. Pillai, I met him in 2000. My first trip to India was in 2001. He wasn't even on that trip. It was one of the most powerful, significant, kind of life-changing experiences that I've ever had. Some of you have heard the story. I had this great job and I lost it immediately when I returned from India, only to find out that 6 weeks later I got a contract making almost double. My life just continued to change. So India has changed my life multiple times. Every time I go to India, something shifts. And that's why I'm passionate about helping people have that experience, bringing you to India, to these temples. And it is a great honor for me to be able to do this, and with Dr. Pillai's blessings. So I take it seriously, and I hope that this experiences that people have had have been equally as beneficial. Speaking of people's experiences, this is a quick picture from our last trip, which was January 2025. And I had taken people on a trip in 2023 as well. So people are expressing this is a trip of a lifetime. It's miraculous, blessings released immediately. And more people have said things to me than written them down on how just it flowed. Everything worked perfectly. It's the blessings of every temple that you can feel and experience. You go back to your life and India is still with you, right? Those blessings are still with you. And that's what India can do. And Dr. Pillai's blessings. So investments and payment plans, these numbers are about double occupancy. That means you're sharing a room. You have the option of not sharing a room. It just costs more. And those prices are on the registration page, which you can look at. So the birthday trip, the birthday pilgrimage from January 30th through February 5th is $3,495. That's a $200 savings if you register before October 15th. After the 15th is $200 more, okay? The personalized pilgrimage, just the one with Dr. Pillai for those 3 days, $7,450. Again, it's $200 savings. If you want to do both trips, $10,425 and a $300 savings if you register before October 5th. Remember, the trip 2 and trip 3 are by application. So you do need to get your application in as soon as possible so that it can be reviewed and you get a response. And there is a 5-month payment plan if you're able to register by September 24th. It just gave us enough time to space it out before the trip so that 5 payments are available. Now, once that expires, we'll go down to a 4-payment a 4-month payment plan. After that, 3 months, 2 months. So we'll continue to prorate those payment plans, but the maximum payment plan option is now through September 24th. I know that's not a lot of time, but again, if you miss that, then the next one will be for 4 months. Important, and do begin to post your questions, please, so I can get them when we're done. We're almost done here. Important travel information. You will arrive and depart out of Chennai International Airport, which is MAA. Your arrival day is before the tour starts. So for trip number 1, it's January 29th. And for trip number 2, it's February 5th. You will need a valid passport that is valid for at least 6 months from the time the trip starts. So that's necessary. And you will need a tourist visa. Those are something you have to take care of. We cannot help you with that, right? So we need that documentation as soon as possible, preferably when you register, but definitely within 2 months of the start of the trip, or a month before the start of the trip. So please just make sure that you have that prepared for. We will provide you with packing lists, an itinerary, a bit of a guide around each of the temples that we're going to be attending. So we will provide you with a lot of information. All of that will be stored in a course that we have on Pillai Center Academy. So we'll be sending you these emails, but then we'll also be storing this documentation and information in the course for you to have it in one place. Also in the course will be when Dr. Pillai delivers his seminar, and he'll have access to that as well. Oh, I did forget to mention, for trip number 1, there is going to be a welcome with Dr. Pillai, and that's going to be live streamed. So when you arrive in India, that night, the first day night, we'll have a live stream with Dr. Pillai. He usually gives just a welcome. Maybe he'll give you something to do, something to focus on in terms of a mantra, or just the blessing to begin this journey. So that's really special. If you need a consultation or want to talk to somebody, let us know and we'll set that up. So if you have questions, please post them now. Quick recap if you are interested to begin your pilgrimage to mystical India. Again, registration by September 24th for the 5-part payment plan. If you miss that, 4-part payment plan will be the month. We'll have a deadline in October. The savings up to $300 through October 15th. So that's a very important date if you want to maximize your savings. Apply as soon as possible for the personalized pilgrimage with Dr. Pillai, and our contact is programs@pillaicenter.com. So that is a bit about the India trip, the pilgrimage. And Dr. Pillai always says it's not a picnic; it's a pilgrimage. This isn't a vacation where you're going to sit by the pool. This is a time where we're going to be on buses, going to temples. Now, it's not necessarily strenuous in terms of, we're not going to be hiking mountains or doing anything like that. We're on buses, you get off, you walk to the temple. It's not very far. So and we've had people who have on cane with walking assistance like a cane. We've had someone who is visually impaired. So if you feel like, it's not for you, if there's some restriction, just let us know. And so we can help accommodate you and make sure that they're something that you're able to do, but it's not physically strenuous. It's a lot in terms of getting up in the morning, going to temples, or maybe moving to the next location, unpacking and packing. There's a lot happening. But otherwise it's very doable in terms of physically. So let's see. Any questions so far? All right, if there aren't any questions, I will go ahead and conclude, and then you can let us know by writing into programs@pillaicenter.com so that we can assist you. Hopefully I handled everything. Water. So you do not want to drink the water. You want to make sure that you're using bottled water for everything, brushing your teeth, things like that. Don't eat or drink from roadside stands if we make a pit stop. We'll put all of this in the guidelines as well to keep you safe. Also, what we'll do is after you register for the trip, but maybe beginning of January or so, I will host a Zoom call with everyone who's registered and go through in more detail exactly how it's all going to play out. If you have questions about what to bring, if you have questions about, hygiene and how it works in India, we have you consume food only from hotels that we know are reputable and are clean, in order to minimize any discomfort that you may have from bacteria. So we've taken all the precautions to make this a safe, enjoyable, and kind of experience where you don't have to think so much about the physical environment or what's happening, and really focus on your experience in India and your spiritual experiences. So I will be there on that trip the whole time for both trips, guiding and making sure that everything is going well. We'll also have on the ground folks who are in India to help us get us into temples. We also always do the tickets where we kind of get as close as possible, as quickly as possible within the temple. So we have connections at many of these temples, thanks to Dr. Pillai. So it's quite the experience. Wear Indian clothes. So there's a question. Yes, thank you for that, Barbara. In the temples, we ask you to wear Indian clothing, and that is to keep us from, it's to keep our reverence for the temples. So Indians are typically wearing Indian clothes. Honestly, last time I was in India, I saw like a woman in southern India with jeans on, and it was shocking to me because in the 20 years I've been going to India, I've never seen that. But we are going to wear traditional Indian clothes in the temples. At the resort, you can wear anything you want. On the bus, you can wear anything you want. But we are asking you to have a certain number of temple clothes to keep that respect and us blending as much as possible with the temples. Many Westerners go to India as tourists. They want to see and take pictures, but we're there as spiritual pilgrims, right? We are there to have a spiritual experience. So we want to blend into that as much as possible. And part of that is wearing the Indian dress. We'll have kumkum and vibhuti on our head. And that's it. How soon do we find out if we have been selected for the session number 2? As soon as possible. So I will be notified when you apply, and I will usually be able to get back to you within a day or two. I will be traveling to India myself next week, so there will be a couple days that I won't be able to, but as soon as possible. So like I said, the quicker you get your application in, the faster we can process it. So that's it. Recommended airline. There's so many. I've gone on many different airlines. I would recommend just seeing what's best price for your location, and then do a little research to see what type of seats and things like that. Where do we get Indian clothes? Okay, so good question. The first day that you're in Chennai, we will be going shopping. So some people have locations where there's like Little India, or there's Indian shops in their neighborhood. You're welcome to do that. However, we will take you to a couple Indian stores once we're there, and you can do it there. Betsy said, Pillai Center trips are amazing. They take care of all the details. It's a mystical journey of transformation. Thank you. It is. Definitely is. Layla said, this will be my 5th journey, and I'm so looking forward to it. Yeah, Layla just keeps coming back. What else? Is it basically 2 nights in each city? It's 1 night in Chennai, then it's 2 nights in Rameswaram, it's 2 nights in Kumbakonam, and it's 1 night in Tiruvannamalai, and then we're back to Chennai for departures. So we have to help you to arrange, when you arrive, that's why you're arriving the day before you're arriving. You have all day to arrive on January 29th, and there's no program that day. This is new because normally we'd have people arrive and do programs, and people are feeling left out. So we're not doing, you're just arriving on the 29th anytime, depending on your flight and where you are in the country, the world. And then you have the rest of the day. So if you want to also arrange, your own shopping, you can talk to the front desk at the hotel. They can help you with a car. It's really a free day for you, depending on when you get there, unless you're, arriving really late. It's the hotel in Chennai is a 5-star hotel. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, Barbara, because we don't reveal these hotels in the event that folks show up to try to find Dr. Pillai. So for privacy reasons, but you will find out as soon as you register. All that information is sent to you. But the hotel in Chennai is great. It is a 5-star hotel. Thanks. And Betsy said you can also buy Indian clothes online ahead of time. Caroline, thank you. She said, these are the most amazing trips and are life-changing. I highly recommend. If we leave on February 9th, what day is it in the US upon return? It's typically like a 2-day, depending on your flight and where you are. If you're on the East Coast, Barbara, it's usually like 2 days later. So I'm sorry, it's 2 days after it's 2 days from when you to get to India. On the way back, it is technically a 24-hour journey on a flight, but because of the time change, it is the same calendar day. So yeah, just look up the flights. But here, this is what you need to know. You need to arrive in India on the 29th if you are going on trip 1 or trip 3, and you need to arrive in India on February 4th, I think 4th, for trip 2. And then you'll be leaving, oh gosh, I don't want to screw up those dates. You'll be leaving February 9th if you do both trips, or trip 2, and you'll be leaving February 5th evening after 6 p.m. IST if you do trip 1. But again, if you have, if you have questions, you can write to us, but I want to make sure you have like this information. You can start doing your research on flights, seeing how much it costs, and kind of how your schedule will work. Okay, great. Are there any other questions? Yeah, and for the airlines, again, do your research. There's a lot of them, and there's a variety of prices. They fly through different locations. So I've been to many of them. If you again, just do your research and see what works best for you. All right, any other questions before we wrap it up? All right, so folks, we're here for you if you need anything. I look forward to seeing you in India. We do have some deadlines for hotels and internal flights, which we'll be posting soon. So if you are thinking about going and know you're not registering until a certain date, it would be great to let us know that, just because we do have to secure internal flights if you're on trip 1, and the hotels. The hotels are booking up fast, so we only have so many in different locations, and the sooner you register, the sooner you're confirmed in our main group hotel. If you register late, you may end up in what we call an overflow hotel, which is a different hotel, and it's just not with the group, so it's a little bit less convenient. But if you register in advance, as soon as possible, we get you into our main hotels. Since Dr. Pillai is confirming to be on this trip, I do expect that people will be registering fairly quickly. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, either register as soon as you can or let us know that you plan on registering so we can kind of keep you on a list. So be in communication with us, programs at pillaicenter.com, and I hope to see you in India. Talk to you soon. Namaste.